All right, guys. So my last video was my introduction to part two. I had up three fingers to part two. Okay, that was my introduction to this channel. My face being on the channel because you just usually see my hands. So this was my I had a two-part introduction, and I'm just going to piggyback off of those videos because my 30 minutes was almost up, so I didn't want to hit 30 minutes because, like I said, it takes forever to upload a video on YouTube once you hit 30 minutes over. So I want to make I really want to keep these videos like 15 minutes. I'm really going to try not to talk so much, but sometimes I could just go on a tangent because I love my journey. I'm loving my spiritual journey, and I'm super excited. But I did want to go ahead and go over those steps again. So step 0 will be willing. That was step 0. This is step 0. So these are the foundational steps that the divine gave me to elevate my life. Foundational steps to elevate my life. And well, we're going to start from 10 because that's what I did. I started from 10. So we're going to start from 10 again. But I'm just going to say, I'm not going to give an explanation for each one. I'm just going to go through them. So 10 was believe. Believe and know. Okay, believe and know. Not just believe, but know. And number 9 is confidence. Number 8 is self-motivation. Number 7 is inspiration. Number 6 is self-determination. Number 5 was change or is change. Number 4 is balance. Number 3 is a healthy support system. Number 2 is change the way you speak. Okay, change the way you speak. Life and death lies in the power of the tongue. And number 1 is a healthy mindset. Okay, you have to change. You have to change that mindset. Okay, you cannot put new wine into old wine skin. Okay, so change the way you change your mind, the way you think. The way you think it. As a man thinketh, so shall it be. So we want to change those negative thought forms. A good book to get to is the Yala Van Zandt. I think it's called Get Over It. Get Over It. That's the name of the book. I'm going to grab it real quick. Hold on one second. Here we go. This book right here. Get Over It. This book is amazing. Like, when I tell you, it gives you 42 negative DNTPs, dominant negative thought patterns that help you change your life. This book right here will change your life. It gives you prayers, affirmations to get over those DNTPs. Right now, I'm telling you, I use this book. This is like a book that I use all the time because if I'm having those negative dominant thought patterns, I refer to this book, look it up, say the prayer for it, affirmation, meditate about it, release it, let it go, and accept what the divine has in store for me because I don't have time. I'm trying to do this work. I am not planning about the work that I do. That book will be one of the books that we will read on the channel if you guys want to do like a book club and we come on and we talk about the book. Because I have a lot of recommendations. I am like totally into book reading. Right now I'm doing the Egyptian cosmology because my eye has been, giving me that balance that I need. So, but that's a whole nother story. So anyway, those, and then, so change the way you think. And then most of all, be willing to let go of anything that no longer serve you. Person, place, and thing, and condition. If it no longer serve you, let it go. There's no reason to hold on to things that no longer serve you, guys. I'm telling you, this journey for me has been very inspirational. It has shown me so much in my life. It showed me about people, that I couldn't see. And I'm talking about family, like church family, things like that. Like I couldn't see patterns. I couldn't see things that was happening in my life because I was so just heavy. I was so heavy. I felt like my life was in quicksand. I felt so depressed. I was so depressed. I was depressed for so many years. Let me tell you, I was depressed for so many years, yo. Like, so many years. And I didn't even know I was depressed. One of my friends said to me one day, she was like, why do you wear like workout clothes all the time? Like, why you don't get dressed? And I was like, I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that I wasn't getting dressed anymore. Like, I didn't notice any of that. I used to just like, now it wasn't, this is the thing. This is how I started noticing that I was slipping into depression, because this is not me. When I would go on my overnights, I became a slam clicker. I would come in and I would just be in my zone. Okay. Now, granted, I was meditating. I was reading my books, and I was like, but I was in a dark place before. I'm talking about pre-spiritual, right? I was like, when I became a slam clicker for real and was just meditating in my room and really getting my work done, because I was by myself. I had a whole, like, a family, husband, 4 kids, and the house was just like boom. But I wound up making me a meditation, a place to meditate, and all of that. But I'm gonna get into that when I give my story time of my spiritual, how I became spiritual. You know what I mean? I told you the introduction to it, how I was watching She Hit Me. What is it called? She Gotta Have It. And you know what I mean? I saw the dollar girl go to the spiritual healer, and I was like, what is that? That's me. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. So that's how that got started. That was so funny, because in part 2, Dollar go see his mom, and his mom is really like into it. Like, she just told the girl her whole life, like, just with a breakthrough. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, you don't go searching for people. People come to you when they need that healing. They need that fix. And, and that's what I love about Yala Van Zandt. Yala Van Zandt has been my mentor. I've been to like her classes, and you know what I mean, and things like that. Like, I really enjoy her teachings. She really get down to the nitty gritty of teaching, like how to pray, how to really heal yourself. This is not somebody who just trying to get, your coins. She's somebody who really, and she make it affordable for you to be able to afford the, her classes online, and her online classes. I think her seminars might be a little bit more than the online stuff, but the online stuff be very affordable. And I'm just so grateful for her giving that knowledge out the way that she does, because the majority of the knowledge that she gives is really free. It's just when you want to go more in depth with your journey, and you really want to make change, or you want to get some certificates or some things like that, then that's when you go into the more in-depth classes that you kind of like pay for it or whatever. But for the most part, all the information that she really give that you need for fundamentals and foundational teaching is free. It's on YouTube, Facebook. It's free. She does it every Saturday. She was coming on. I don't know if she still come on Saturdays, because I've been so busy in life that my life has just took off so much that, I haven't had the time to sit back and watch anything. I've been really producing and creating. So, with that being said, I just want to thank you all. This is my introduction series, and I don't know if I said in the last video, I don't think I said thank you for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate all of you. I see now that I have like 27 subscribers, 27 subscribers. And I'm so grateful for you subscribers. You guys did subscribe because I was doing the tarot reviews. I do have a lot of tarot decks. I have new tarot decks. And new oracle decks. I have a lot of oracle and tarot decks. I like to collect them. When I see some online, I think they're pretty, I just collect them. But a lot of people I'm noticing do not want you to, I got like tagged on a couple of them because they didn't want me, showing a deck or whatever. I don't know. So I don't know if I'm going to continue to do the whole, tarot review. I was just reviewing the cards because I thought they were nice cards. I didn't really do any. If I felt like they wasn't nice cards, I really wouldn't put them on my channel because I don't want to give any negative reviews to people. And I know that a lot of them are on YouTube. So I decided that if I felt like the cards wasn't good, I would not put them on my channel. And I know that sucked, but I know that people will tag you or report you for, giving a bad review on their tarot deck. So I just did not do that. So anyway, with that being said, yeah, I appreciate you all. And I wanted to say that I also want to just let you know too, that if you're going through some things in life, that they're only temporary. That, there's something that the divine is trying to show you, or there's something that you're not seeing in your situation. If you find yourself going through cycle after cycle after cycle of negativity, or, hardship, or, financial restraint, there's something that you're not seeing. That's something that the divine is trying to tell you. And I'm not talking to just you. I'm speaking to myself as well. That if there's something that it's something that you're not seeing, okay, there's a lesson that you're not learning. And the only reason why you have to repeat a cycle is because you're not getting a lesson. Okay, so learn a lesson, whatever that is, that may be. And you will learn a lesson through, it'll trigger you by watching positive videos, watching, those videos that will help you to the next level, or reading a book. Okay, I have a bunch of great books. The Mountain Is You by Brianna Weiss. That's an amazing book. That book changed my whole life. You know what I mean? What else? There's another book, Mind of the Soul. That's another one. I had to look the author up, but the Mind of the Soul, that is a book. The Mind of the Soul. Yeah, The Mind of the Soul. That is a book that changed my life. I might be saying it backward. It might be The Soul of the Mind. Yeah, I think it's The Soul of the Mind. The Soul of the Mind that changed my life. The Seed of the Soul changed my life too. Those are books that was just like, I would just have them in my ear while I was like walking through the terminals at the airport, or just like on my downtime. I'll just put it in my ear and I'll just listen to those listen to those books. They help me to become a better me subconsciously, because sometimes they'll just be playing in my ear, and then I'll just, sometimes I'll just zone out and just be so into the book that I would just zone into the book and just be straight focused. But I'm seeing the manifestations of me taking the fundamental steps, not just listening to those books, but actually putting those books into action. I'm beginning to see a change. I know that a lot of things that are happening to me was because I refused to do this channel. I didn't refuse to do it. I just didn't feel, I'm just gonna be honest, I didn't feel pretty enough to do the channel. I didn't feel, I wasn't confident in myself to do this channel. And to be in front of the camera and all of that, I just didn't feel that way. You know what I mean? And I was depressed. I was, in a funk. And I felt like after my divorce, I just felt really like in the stage of life. And it's because everything that person was speaking upon me now was playing a role. It was now manifesting. It wasn't manifesting when I was in it. I couldn't see it when I was in it. And it probably was, because that's why I was in such a depressive state and quicksand state that I didn't even notice that I was in that state. You know what I mean? My friends would call me like, come on, girl, let's go out. And I'd be like, I don't feel like it. Like, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do nothing. And that was like while I was in the marriage. And then after the marriage, it just was really darkness. It was like that was a dark night of the soul. And I was in dark night of the soul for like 2 years. Like, it wasn't a harsh divorce, but the divorce played harsh in my soul reality. It played very hard on my soul, my darkness, and in my mindset. It was just really, it took a toll on me. But I did not let it get me down. I watched videos. I listened to books. You know what I'm saying? I felt inspired. I did not go to a counselor, though. I felt like I maybe probably should have went to a counselor at that time, because I was just such in a dark place. But I healed myself. I really did. I really actually took the fundamental steps to heal myself. I did not play with it. I wrote down what I wanted to change. I did it. I meditated. I did, my rituals. I did my rituals every full moon, every new moon. I did my rituals. And wrote down what it is that I wanted to manifest, what it is that I wanted to change. And I see the manifestations of it now. I see the manifestation. It took some years. It didn't really take years because I was moving to the place. I was moving. I remember once for 2 years, and I was like doing the whole shutdown for 2 years, right? We was shut down, but I was still working. I still was, a flight attendant. So I was still working, but I remember just being like, just in a standstill place in life. Like my life was just at a standstill. You know what I'm saying? I was actually, I moved to Texas and I'm gonna give you the story about Texas too. That's a story time. I moved to Texas and then I moved in with my uncle to come and so I can be in Illinois to get a divorce, because you need to be living, unless you want to do it across, like I would have to file in Texas, and then you know what I mean? That would have just took too long. I needed to disconnect from this person. So I wind up moving in with my uncle, like, oh, this is going to be a quick stay. You know what I mean? I moved in like November 2019. This is going to be a quick stay. I'm going to get a divorce. Well, when you file for the divorce, right? I didn't know, because I've never did this before. I didn't know that it'd take time for them to give you a court date. So I filed the divorce in like December. No, yeah, I got in. So I filed in like December, sometime in December. And I wound up not getting a court date until like March. No, February something. I got the first court date in February. Well, he didn't show up because I was supposed to mail some stuff out, and I didn't know. I thought that I didn't know that I had to mail that. I thought I paid you to mail it to him. I didn't know I had to do that. So they said, oh, did you mail him this letter? And I'm like, what? I thought I paid the sheriff to, you know what I mean, to do it. And it was like, no, you're supposed to mail him a letter and da-da-da-da. So I didn't know any of that. I didn't know all the steps that it had to take to get a divorce. So, and they don't really explain it to you. They just shuffle you out the door. Here, paperwork, sign this, pay this. And then they shove you out the door. So I didn't know all the steps that it had to take. I really should have got a lawyer to have that done. But I just was like, listen, we just sign and we go our way, you go your way, and that's it, But anyway, that's beyond the point. The point is, my court date didn't fall into the 10th. So, you know what I mean? Like now I'm beginning to look for places to stay. I didn't know if I wanted to stay in Chicago or did I want to move to somewhere else. So I was like, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I was like, looking, right? And then 7 days later after my divorce, March 10th, and then the 17th, the whole world shut down on the 17th, which is my son's birthday. We was on our way about to go out, and they just put up across the street, like everything's been shut down. We couldn't do nothing, couldn't go nowhere, none of that. So we just had to celebrate his birthday in the house, and he was like so upset because he really wanted to go out. But that's what happened, and that happened on, I think it was St. Patrick's Day of 2020. So we were unable to do anything. So from 2019 up until August 2021, I was living in my uncle's basement, and I felt like I was living in darkness. Like it was so dark down there. Like his basement is fully done. It's a done basement. It's nice actually, but it was no sunlight. And I'm a sun person. As you can see, this is all sunlight. This what you see, there's no light. This is sunlight. I love sunlight, okay? And there was no sunlight in his basement. I felt like I was just like I was just being sucked dry, right? But I was still doing work. I was still doing my spiritual work. It was just, I was in a void. I was in darkness. You know what I mean? I'm gonna show you the card that I felt like. This is the card. This is how I felt living in that basement, in my uncle's basement. This is how I felt. And even when I would go to work, or my trips, I still felt that energy of just being in darkness, being in standstill. And it's, mind you, in this time, nobody's on a plane. There's nobody flying. We flying these planes, and there's nobody on them. Like 2-3 people on these planes. Sometimes we'll just fly ferry flights because the plane needs to get to a certain place. Even though there's no passengers, this plane still needs to pick up other passengers from other places. So we would still be doing flights, okay? And it'll be nobody on the flight. But that was time for me to do the work. I will be reading my books. There's nobody on here. So I'll do my little, due diligence and pull out my book and just read my book. You know what I mean? So that's what I was doing. Like, that was time that I needed to heal myself. Even though it was darkness and I was in the dark night of the soul, and I was in dark night of the soul it was like in and out. There would be in and out. So I'll be like, okay, I'm good. Okay, there's light. And then I'll be right back in the dark night of the soul. So there was like tunnels. Like I would see daylight for a minute and I'll be back in the tunnel and going in through the soul. You know what I'm saying? And there'll be light speckles in the soul, like light, and you'll think I'm out. I'll be like, oh, I'm out, I'm good, I'm feeling good, and then I'll be right back in it, like right back in that place of the stillness. That's what it is. It's a place of stillness. It's a place of where you get knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. It's a place of like, it's a standstill darkness, and it's so still and present at the same time. It's so still and present where it's just dark energy, and you going through that shadow energy, you shedding all of that stuff that you've been putting on you for so long. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm telling you, when I say I have stories to tell, I have stories to tell. Again, this video is like at 21 minutes already. Okay. I don't want to have it go any longer because like I said, I want these videos to upload quickly. But I appreciate you all for listening to me, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? We got work to do. You got stories to hear. So, you know what I mean? Again, thank you so much for interacting with me and hearing my stories. I appreciate it. I hope this helped you in some way. If it does, leave a comment. I love to hear from you. Anyway, sending peace, love, and joy to you. Remember, self-love is the best love, and sometimes you have to be a little selfish to be selfless, and self-acceptance is just as important as self-love. Therefore, accept where you are because life is happening for you, not to you. Peace.